second half of the season. It's round 10 of the MotoGP World Championship. The 48th time we've had a Grand Prix here in Brno, second only to Assen, and the first race on the new circuit was in 1987, and it is the 30th Grand Prix to be run on the new circuit and not the old road circuit. There will be no social media questions today in respect of Angel Nieto, of course, the 13 times world champion who is fighting for his life at this very moment back home in Spain. So no social media questions. In the press conference today, in the centre, Marc Marquez, of course, riding the Repsol Honda, leading the World Championship by 5 points. He won the race in Germany. A 2012 Moto2 winner here, 2013 MotoGP winner, 3 podiums in 4 MotoGP starts. To his right, Maverick Vinales riding that Movistar Yamaha, second in the World Championship. Of course, just those 5 points behind Marc Marquez. 3 Grand Prix wins this season for Maverick. Second here in the Moto3 in 2013 and 9th in MotoGP in 2016. To the left of Marc, Andrea Dovizioso riding the factory Ducati, 6 points behind Marc Marquez, third in the World Championship. 2 Grand Prix wins, of course, this season. 3 second places in the smaller classes here in Brno, and 1 second place in MotoGP, I think behind Casey Stoner in 2011 for Andrea Dovizioso. And to the right of Maverick, Valentino Rossi, of course, also on the Movistar Yamaha, 4th in the World Championship, 10 points behind Marc Marquez. 1 Grand Prix win this season, and Valle won his very first race here in 1996, the 125cc racer, 250cc Grand Prix winner, 11 podiums, 5 wins here in the Premier class, and 3 pole positions, and second in the race last year. Jonas Folger, far end, of course, riding that Movistar, riding the Monster Tech 3 Yamaha. We're going ahead a few years, I think, actually, Jonas here. 7th in the World Championship, brilliant second place. We all remember, what was that, 5 weeks ago now, the Saxon Ring in Germany. Grand Prix debut here in 2008 in the 125cc class, and 2 wins here, the only circuit where he's had 2 Grand Prix victories. Moto3 2012 and Moto2 in 2016 last year. And completing the lineup today, the local boy, Karel Abraham, riding that Pull&Bear Aspar Ducati, 19th in the World Championship. His best result, 7th at Assen. 5 MotoGP races at his home circuit in Brno, and his best result, 9th in 2012. That's the lineup. 10 points separating the first 4 riders. We're obviously going to start with Marc. I think, if you don't mind, Marc, we could just start with our thoughts are with Angel Nieto, obviously being Spanish, and he really is the legend of Grand Prix racing in Spain.
Yeah, of course, it's a really sad news for all the paddock, for all the sport. I mean, for all MotoGP, because and for Spain, because he's a real legend. And yeah, just we can try to be close, to give the best support to his family, to Pablo, to Gelete, to his sons, and wish the best, of course.
Thanks, Marc. We come on to the current season. So close, that first half of the season. And just looking at you 4 riders and everything else, it's probably going to be just as close in the second half, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, summer break, time for everything, time to relax, time to train, time to do a test here in Brno. And yeah, now it's time to again turn on everything, try to get again the rhythm of the race weekends, and yeah, this second part of the season will be very hard, very difficult to be always in the top, to be competitive, because it's many riders there in the top, and yeah, we will try to be there, trying to find from the Brno race to Valencia.
And the Brno test, will it be a help for you, perhaps in the first day here? And did you make any changes? Did you learn anything from the test here?
Yeah, of course, will be a small help for us, because here Brno racetrack is normally we struggle a little bit, and on the test we struggle on the first day, but then on the second day we improve a little bit, and minimum we arrive here with a good base setup. But looks like the temperature during this weekend will be very, very high. In the test was a little bit more fresh, everything. But yeah, will be a small help for Brno race and for the second part of the season, because we had a small improvement, so we will try to be more competitive.
And finally, did you learn anything at the test? Anything that that will help you in the second half?
Always you try to learn a few things. Always you try to improve. Honda is trying to push at the maximum to give to all Honda riders the best package, and I'm quite happy for the Brno test, and now look forward for this weekend, for the Monday test, and then next races that will be important to be always constant and fast.
Mark, thank you very much indeed. We come to, you're right, Maverick Vinales, second in the championship. I'm sure you're disappointed not to be top, Maverick, after the start you made, but you're right in there, aren't you? Right in the hunt.
Anyway, we restart the second part of the season on a good level. I feel really good on my physical conditions. Mentally I feel really strong as always. So I think we had 1 month to think. Also Yamaha to recollect all the information, and now trying to build a really good bike, really good setup, trying to feel again as strong as I was in the first part of the season. It's gonna be really important. But I feel relaxed, I feel focused, and that's something that makes me be really strong.
What do you need to improve? What do Yamaha need to improve to be back at the top?
Well, for me, we have to improve, especially when the conditions are not at the best. When we have mixed condition or rain condition, we have to improve, and it's something we have to do it quite fast. So we have a lot of work.
And Brno is a circuit. When you look down the records, you haven't actually won here, but there's not so many circuits now that has not happened.
Well, in Brno I always ride quite fast, and last year I was feeling quite strong, especially on the dry, but also on the wet I was quite fast. So let's see, I have a good feeling, and when you feel good, you have 100%, I think everything goes really good.
Maverick, thank you very much indeed. We come to the left of Mark, of course, Dre Dovizioso, riding the factory Ducati, 2 wins already this season, did lead the World Championship. Brno, just looking at the record, not an easy track for you, and especially Ducati.
Yes, we struggled a little bit last year, but it's not bad. This track, for everybody, I think is a difficult track because it's very fast, large. There is a lot of line. Last year the grip it wasn't the best, and there was a lot of bump. So we have to see how the conditions are this year. But apart of that, like every race this year is a different story. So I'm really relaxed. We did the first part of the championship in a good way. It's like we start a new championship. We are very close. There is 9 races to do, and I'm relaxed because if we have a chance to try to fight for the championship, my feeling is I'm there, and I'm relaxed to fight, but every weekend it will be a different story. So we will see. There is a lot of different track until at the end of the season. Everything can happen, and I did a really good month at home to train and have fun and recover to have the best energy to the second part of the season, and we will see.
Yeah. And as I asked Maverick, for you and Ducati to win the championship, what have you got to improve after a very good first half of the season?
Well, it's more or less, we have a different bike, but the key I think is the same for everybody. Try to get the podium every weekend. It's not so easy to be competitive in every condition. Looks like this year is like this for everybody, and this is the goal. Try to fight and to be on the podium as soon as possible and as much as possible.
Just one more question, sorry, Dovia. When you're on the summer break, do you wish that you were back racing a motorcycle, or when you're back racing a motorcycle, do you wish, I wouldn't mind being on the beach or with my daughter still?
That's what I don't understand.
Sorry, do you miss racing when
sorry.
you have the break? Yeah.
1 month it never happened. It was very long, and I really wanted to come back and racing, but it was nice to stay home and training, have fun, stay on the swimming pool with my daughter, with some friends. It was nice.
David, thank you very much indeed. We come to Valentino Rossi, of course, to the right of Maverick Vinales, fourth in the championship, that one Grand Prix victory, that first ever win here in 1996. And 10 points, 9 races to go, halfway. You're right in it, Valentino.
Yes, I'm so happy to be there because this championship is very interesting, and a lot of different results from 1 week to the others, and really 5 riders still in fight for the championship with no big difference. So we restart the second half, and you know, every weekend will be a surprise because nobody know what expect. Last year in Brno I was quite strong also on the dry during the practice, but after the situation changed completely to the wet on Sunday, and I was lucky and I did the good choice of the hard tires and take some important points. So the target is try to arrive on the podium on Sunday.
Consistency is the key, isn't it? With so many riders capable of winning races.
Yeah, you know, you have to be strong when you feel good with the bike and the tires, and try to don't be too much in trouble when you are not so fast. From under one point of view is good because you can think just weekend by weekend, if not day by day, because sometimes in 7 days everything changes. So try to be ready for all the situation.
And just finally, Angel Nieto, obviously absolute legend, 13 times world champion. I'm sure you speak for all as our thoughts with him in the family.
Yes, I have a great relationship with Angel, also because I know very well Pablo Gelete, but also Fonsi, that we growing up together. I was with Pablo when arrived the news, because Pablo was in Tavuglia for work for the team, and so is a bad situation for our world, because Angel was especially special for his charisma, not just for the victory, no, for the 13 times world champion, but also for the man that he is. So we hope for the best way.
Valentino, thank you very much indeed. Come to the far end, ladies and gentlemen. Jonas Vogelzij, 7th in the World Championship, 2nd in Germany, 2 Grand Prix wins here. Jonas, you must come into this race with great confidence.
Yes, we're very, very hungry, because after this great race, second position, I think nobody expect, even we don't expect. Especially in the beginning of the season, to make such a great result. So yeah, it feels great to show, not only to show the people and also especially myself, that I'm able to do this, and it was a great help for my confidence. Even if we had a lot of tough races this season, my team always told me, "Hey, Jonas, don't worry, keep your head up. We can see that you are fast, but at the end, it's a bigger help when I finally make the result." So I think we're in a good position now. We have to take the confidence. I have to take the things I learned from Mark and Dani during the race. I saw many things, and I have to take this and try to do another good weekend here in Brno.
For you and the team, it's been a fantastic first half of the season. Think it would be tougher the second half, especially when these guys get to know more about you?
I don't know. Sure, it will be not easier, but our goals are bigger now because we did second. So we want to repeat that. we want to show that it was not only good luck, but also we as a team, we work great together and we have a great material. And yes, the goal is to take many points as possible. I have no pressure. Still, I'm a rookie, and I want to set more highlights, of course, during the season.
Just finally, 2008, that you were 15, I think. You made your Grand Prix debut here. Little would you believe you'd be sitting up here, 7th in the World Championship and a 2nd place in a MotoGP race.
No, not really, especially because I had a really rough period during my career. I was close. I was even close to stop riding. So to be here, it's a big motivation for me, and it's you know, I've learned from the mistakes I made in the past, and you know, I had to go through this period to be here, I guess.
Jonas, thank you very much indeed. Come to the far end, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Carl Abraham sort gets fed up with this, the local boy, but of course he is a local rider. Yeah, you've come home to ride. You must be in good spirits. You've come back to MotoGP, and it's been okay, isn't it? It's been some decent results.
Yes, I'm really happy to be back in MotoGP, and I think that now with a good bike and really good team, we are doing a really good job, and the results just came, and I think they are really good, especially the best one from Assen, but all the other ones as well. There is a couple of things that we need to work on still, of course, but we did so many steps, and we are getting so much better every GP, so I'm really happy and pleased for that.
And I think I read somebody who said the GP15 is the best MotoGP bike you've ever ridden.
Yes, it is. I really like Ducati, and I'm really happy with the bike. It is GP15. It's a little bit older than some of the other bikes, but I think it's still very competitive, and my team is doing a great job, and we work together really well, so we can get the most out of the bike, and it seems to work.
And just finally, Brno, the Grand Prix, 48th running of the Grand Prix here, the 30th on the new circuit. It is a special place and a special event, isn't it?
It is a very special event, and I'm really happy that so many people and spectators come over to visit Brno, or to visit Brno for this GP. It is amazing. It is very difficult for me, though, because there are not many Czech riders, so all the pressure is coming to me and the other ones. So it's pretty tough, but anyway, I'm enjoying it. I'm so happy to be here and to ride the bike this weekend. The feeling is just great, and hopefully we'll keep that feeling for the rest of the weekend.
Carol, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
It's enough from me, ladies and gentlemen. Questions from the floor.
Carlos Pérez from Movistar MotoGP. A question for Marc and Valentino. We hope the best for Angel Nieto, but what anecdote, which good memories do you have of Angel?
Well, I have many. I mean, since I arrived here 2008 in the World Championship, was one of the first legends that come to me, and the relationship was really good. And yeah, I mean, I spent quite a lot of time in his motorhome, watching football games, watching everything. He was pushing for Real Madrid. I was pushing for Barcelona. I mean, yeah, was really, we enjoyed. We spent many times, not only on the racetrack, also in Madrid, for example, and yeah, we hope the best to him, because like Valentino say, it's not only what he won, this 12+1. Is also his character, no? That is really friendly.
Yeah, for me, the incredible of Angel is the amount of power that he have still at 70 years old. I think last week his mother turned 100 years, and is still in a good shape. So also for this reason is a great shame, because he's still. I remember one time in Ibiza, one night we go out together, did dinner, I think about maybe 10 years ago or less, and after we go at the party. I remember at 5 o'clock that I was destroyed. I want to go to sleep, and Angel said to me, "No, stay here, don't go to sleep. We have to go in another place." And I say, "Fuck." he's 65 and is still at the maximum. So I think this was the best of Angel.
Hello. Question to the four leaders of MotoGP. Kevin Schwantz was reported last week to saying this is maybe the best ever era of MotoGP. I want to know if you guys agree with him. And technically, what do you think is making MotoGP so exciting right now? Because 7 years ago, it was, I mean, the fifth place was 40 seconds behind the leader. What do you think? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. For the spectators, it's really exciting and it's the best championship. For example, for the riders, I would prefer to stay in a similar situation like last year, with more advantage and less opponents. But I fully understand and I'm completely agree with Kevin that that is one of the best championships. Why? I don't know, but I think Dorna is doing a great job. First of all, they change to Magneti Marelli's U, and everybody use the same. This equal little bit the situation. Then all the manufacturers are pushing quite strong, and every time and every year looks like between manufacturers the level is a little bit closer, and with different bikes you can win races.
Yes, I agree with Kevin. This year the championship is in a really high level. We are many riders that we are really close, even not only top 4. Some races we are top 6, top 7, the first laps together, you know, and looks like it's difficult to pull away. The electronics do it a lot, you know. Many years ago the manufacturers were working on a different way. Now it's difficult to work differently. All the manufacturers, they work quite similar, so equals a lot the potential of the bikes. But anyway, it's really nice and interesting, you know. The second part of the season gonna be good for the show and for sure good for our sport.
Yes, I'm agree with them, and I think now about the rules, there is the bike are more similar, and also I think compared to the moment when Kevin Schwantz raced, there is more younger riders. So bike rules plus a lot of young riders make this happen.
Yes, thanks to Kevin, because also when he raced was a great moment for the 500. I think, like you said, the incredible is the level of the performance, because now the top 10, 12 are very, very close from Friday morning to Sunday afternoon. And I think, like the other guys say, very much is from the electronic, from the standard ECU for everybody. Also, I think that Michelin tires that bring 3 front choice and 3 rear choice, so you can have the right choice for every rider, for every different style, and this help. And also is a lot of time that more or less the rules, the technical rules are the same. So also all the bike improve and arrive to a level that are quite similar between the different manufacturers. And also a lot of young riders coming from Moto2 raise the level, so it's a very interesting championship, and we hope that continue like this.
A question for Jonas Folger. Jonas, you didn't have an easy start of the championship until the warm-up of Barcelona. In the other end, in your team, it was only Zarco everywhere. Zarco in Qatar leading, Zarco against Rossi, Zarco at every GP, Zarco on the podium. How did you live this situation? And do you think that now, with this podium in Germany, you are able to fight with your teammate of Tech 3 for the second part of the season?
Yes, at the beginning it was always Johan that was in the focus, and always Johan that was fighting really hard in the race, and took a lot of attention to his side. But we knew that we are not so far. Only I never get the things together on the race day, which made me really angry, because in the free practice or in any testings, we are always so close to him, and we are always so similar. And then finally in the race, I was completely far away from him. He made a big step, and I was staying there in the same time or same situation from Friday on. So I think it took me a while to understand what I have to change. Of course, I try many things, and not every time you improve when you try some things. So it took me a while, but from Barcelona on, more or less, I start to understand, and I start to get a better feeling. Try to be more, to not only improve in the race, but also in the qualifying, to have a better position from the grid on. But I think in general, my confidence has improved a lot. And for me, confidence is all, because then I'm able to fight. If I don't have confidence, I lose many positions. So what I try now is to take the confidence and try to stay with Johan and try to beat him again.
A question for Valentino, Mark and Jonas. It's been announced that they will be racing in Finland in 2019. With Thailand being added next year, it looks like we will have 20 races in 2019. Is 20 races too many, or is it manageable if we have less testing and a month summer break like we've just had?
Of course, 2 more races. I think 20 is the limit. 18 races is quite a lot already. 20 races will be 2 more. But then you need to manage well about testing or racing. For example, Formula 1 have a lot of more races, but less testing. They test on the simulator, but we cannot do something like this. But 2 more races on my side we can accept 20 races, but more than 20 I think will be too much.
Yes, I think we follow a little bit the Formula 1. Now Formula 1 is 20 or 21? 20 or 21? 20? Okay. Yes, I'm agree with Mark. In general, I prefer to make race than test, for sure. It's more fun. 18 are already quite a lot. 20, we are at the limit, but it's like this. I think that we can manage. The important is that we go in interesting track, in a good track, in a MotoGP level track, good to ride, and with the good facilities, good asphalt, and that remain the championship to the high standard.
Yeah, I agree with them. I think we already have many races, but 2 races are acceptable. And for example, for Finland, I'm really happy to hear that we will ride there. It's a new country since many years, so I'm looking forward for that. But more than 20 races, I think we need to find a limit, because it's easy to get tired, and we already have a lot of tests and a lot of races. But I like to race, so 2 races more are fine for me.
Question for Andrea. Andrea, being the only Ducati rider that challenges for the championship, do you expect in this second half of the season special support from the team, from the factory? Any difference from the first half?
No, because it was already the maximum, so I didn't feel the first half part of the season Ducati didn't push at the maximum to me, so will not affect, and the situation will be the same, and I think is positive for us, the situation, because we know very well each other. It's already the 50 years, and to manage this situation I don't think is a problem.
Valentino, you are here. You are only 21 years here in this track, winning all these years. Can you compare the fighting spirit of guys like Setesi Bernau or Max Biaggi with these 3 guys next to you? Do you think that these guys were stronger, or these new guys are now giving you a more difficult time?
I think that the fighting spirit is the same, is exactly the same, because already 15 years ago, anyway, the passion for motorcycle and the passion for the victory was the same also for Biaggi, Bernau, Capirossi, and everything. But during the season, during the years, for sure, the new riders, the young riders raise a lot the level. Our profession become more serious, and I remember the bigger difference is also technical, because now the race in the last years is 100% from the beginning, from the first corner to the last corner. I think this is the bigger difference compared 15 years ago, or also compared to 10 years ago, because before I have a lot more strategy, also because the tires need 2.5 laps for arriving temperature, and in the last 4 or 5 laps you raise the lap time 1.5 seconds. Now you can start from the beginning to the end, so the focus is more important, and also the physical condition, the physical preparation is more important. So I think that for sure now they are stronger for these reasons. But the fighting spirit is the same.
Hello, I have a question for Abaya and Jonas. How you enjoyed the jet surf today afternoon? Was it difficult for you?
It was fun. No, it's a great experience. I luckily I do some snowboarding in the winter, so I know how to stay on the board. But it's a strange feeling with the engine, and on the water. I was never on the water on a board, so it's a little bit different. But I want to do it again because it's very fun, and I think it's a good training for balance also.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. I didn't expect everyone to be so good, because it seemed like all the riders were really talented, and they stood up really quick. So yeah, it was supposed to be just a show. So we made a couple of laps around and enjoy ourselves. But of course, when we were riding it around the racetrack and we saw another rider, we raced immediately. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Question for Mark. Mark, what you tested here some weeks ago is what you expected from Honda. Did you get what you needed? Will it make a real step forward?
Yeah, of course. In 2 weeks ago here we received something, and like always in a test, something was working well, something was I prefer a little bit what we have until now. But yeah, I was happy because I saw that all of Japanese staff was pushing a lot, was trying to improve, and we improve in some areas. And yeah, look forward to the next tests and the next races, because it's time to push. It's time to everybody go on the same way, and yeah, I'm really happy with the work that they did. I cannot explain everything, but one of the things that we try one chassis, for example, but was a little bit more for understand the way, because we are missing something on the exit corner, and was try to understand the way. But for example, in this case, I prefer what we have, because we know how set up the chassis, and I don't want to have something new. But yeah, they are working. They get a lot of information, and I was happy about the test.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. We can stand for the photograph. Thank you. We could sit down, please, everybody, just while we do the picture. Thank you. Thank you all very much indeed. Thank you.